The following podcast contains strong language and ridiculous cartoon scenarios conjured up by two self-proclaimed comedy wizards. Between you and me, they're more like Saturday morning court jesters fueled by sugary cereal. But either way, the opinions expressed and presented are mere musings, so please humor their well-intentioned hijinks with a laugh and not by taking anything they say seriously. Unless, of course, you want to pay them to say something else. Could always use a new pair of shoes.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to ReviewParty.com. I'm Brent.
I'm Matt.
And this is a podcast on the internet. It features comedy and reviews that we read and make fun of and make fun with.
Make fun for?
Make fun
About.
Around? About?
In, out. Oh, speaking of in and out, that brings back to mind something I sort of ended last episode with, talking about the acclaimed movie Buddy.
The gorilla.
The gorilla. And I happened to go on IMDb while we were in episode, but we had gone on some tangents there, and I didn't think there was time.
Yeah, we hardly talked about Buddy, really. Talked about everything around Buddy.
Of course, when I search Buddy, I'm just getting hundreds of actors named Buddy. Come on,
fools,
IMDb.
all of them.
There was something great on the IMDb for Buddy that I think would be a good thing to talk about. So the cast of Buddy, we've got Rene Russo as Trudy Lintz. We've got Robbie Coltrane, Haggard himself, as Dr. Lintz. We've got Alan Cumming, that funny little guy, as Dick. Funny little name. We've got Irma P. Hall as Emma. And then, are you ready for this?
Okay.
We have Peter Elliott, Buddy. Mac Wilson, Buddy. Lynn Robertson Bruce, Buddy. Mark Seeley, Buddy. Robert Tigner, Buddy. Michaelan Sisti, Buddy. Peter Hurst, Buddy. Leif Tilden, Buddy. Star Townsend, Buddy. And then we've got Pee Wee Herman is in this movie too. You get through all the buddies, and it's like, oh yeah, Pee Wee Herman's in this movie too.
So are those the multiple buddy suit actors? I
think that's multiple buddy suit actors. Those the acclaimed ape actors.
The ape actors.
And
wow.
Even, their IMDb pictures for a couple of these guys are just like gorillas or a half mechanical gorilla face.
Suit actors, bro. Extremely specialized theatrical knowledge those gentlemen have as they I really hope they all have their own suit, actually. If they're a swapping suit,
sort of a take-home suit. It's
like football rules. It's like high school sports rules. You rent the suit, but you gotta take it home to mom to get it washed, you know. We're not handling that gorilla suit inside scraping for you.
I've scrolled down. There's also, in fact, 3 Buddy voice actors. One of which, friend of every 90s child, Frank Welker.
Now that's a buddy.
He's a buddy, indeed. 12 buddies in the Buddy.
Like Scoob. Or no, is Frank the... Frank's Fred.
Fred.
In the scenes where he was voice acting, the Buddy had a little ascot. Cute little ascot. But I have a review.
I was hoping you would.
Believe it or not, I have a review. I also have a bit of a scuffed voice this week, gang. Tis the season, so bear with me.
It's unacceptable.
Unacceptable. I'll start with this quick one here. This one is for Flying Car Driving Simulator by Game Pickle. It's a free app featuring a flying car.
All right, guys. What is this, 2009?
This is a little bit of a 2009 move. I don't know. It might have been... This looked wicked by 2009 standards and looks like shit by 2022 standards. But Ryland Cannon titles their review so fun, they write, "My little cousin was so happy because you little play this game, and he was so happy that he didn't want to go anywhere. But I said you can play with it, and he did, and you played all night, and he was coming, he loved it." No.
How many stars?
Oh, 5 stars. I apologize. I had to, you reel. After you say that out loud, you just sort of reel.
Right. You physically, your body had a wave cascading through it.
Right. I had to pause. The stars became irrelevant, as did the rest of reality for a moment to me.
Okay.
So this is a pretty rad flying car driving simulator.
It must be.
It kept this kid up all night.
For better or worse, apparently.
I sent Matt a picture of the sweet car you get to fly around.
Okay, let's take a gander.
It's Dodge Mustang
Okay, hey. That ain't bad if you're playing it on your phone.
Yeah, it looks all right. I mean, the environment leaves a little to be desired.
Yeah, it looks like a little... that's a little Grand Theft Auto 3, if I'm going to be perfectly honest. Muddy
Grand
textures.
Theft Auto Roblox situation going on here.
Yeah. Also, can you imagine opening those doors with the wings on it?
You get you get to slide out the doors, so to speak.
That's much cooler, yeah.
But this kid, he discovered how to babysit through this app, didn't he? Just shut the little cousin up for hours into the night.
It is not difficult these days for people who really have no inclination to be a parent or a guardian of some way, shape, or form to just occupy a child's time.
That really is the terrifying part, isn't it?
And I guess looking back, you slap a Game Boy in my hands, and I'm good too. But also just the same, slap a Redwall book in my hands, make me go outside with a banana and a stick, and guess who's buddy for 6 hours? Me.
Oh, Matt's been really obsessed with that Buddy movie lately. He's always outside with a banana and a stick.
Yeah. Like I'm miles and miles away from being in that territory, but I don't feel like I'm gonna be the just let the computer raise my child.
I'm so scared of that, to speak candidly for a second, because I'm very against policing people's free time. I think that's an awful thing to do to anyone, especially a kid.
Uh-huh.
Because free time is the coolest when you're a kid. It doesn't get any better. Why would you take that away from someone?
Yeah.
And I spent much of my childhood parked in front of a screen. I just am so worried that they'll do it so much that they'll lose the appreciation for the non-screen. I love a good screen to stare at for a long time, but that's all in contrast to the moments where I'm looking at Good World. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I guess Good World doesn't have flying cars in it yet.
I don't know. If I'm gonna throw a screen in front of a kid that's gonna make him all jazzed up, I want it to be something cool. You know?
Yeah. I'm big on that. I am definitely gonna be in and around aware of what my kid is consuming online. There's going to be no fucking Cocomelon in my house. You know about Cocomelon?
This sounds familiar.
Cocomelon's like a YouTube. It's like YouTube on Sesame Street, except it has none of the amazing, wholesome, well-studied kid teaching material.
It's just sort of garbage that a factory has churned out.
Right. It's just 3D modeled garbage. Churned out sing-alongs, just the most vapid.
It's inoffensive, but there's no value to it.
None. It is definitely garbage.
But the parents aren't going to be discerning enough as long as it doesn't have swears and murder in it.
There's no swears or weirdness, so it seems okay. But I really am confident that Cocomelon is a brain melter. I look at Cocomelon the same way moms in the early 90s looked at MTV. I just think that's absolute slop. But of course, MTV features a lot of music and music videos from real artists making real art.
Mm-hmm. Expression, feelings.
Yeah. As long as my kids are watching art, I'm good with it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But if they're watching manufactured clickbait machines, that's when I would get a little scared.
Yeah.
I think, unfortunately, flying car driving simulator might fall upon the clickbait.
It's a bit of the shovelware.
Shovelware, yeah, exactly. Here's a quick review to close this out from Melissa McGruther. She titles it, "It's cool," and writes, "It's cool, but I don't like the fact that it asks you to give access to call you. 3 stars.
What?
You're going to get a call from the flying car simulator.
I don't know. That's...
Good, but there is ads, and every time you run out of fuel, you have to wait, and it's annoying.
Ugh. One of those...
Pay for virtual fuel here.
I don't have time for that in my life.
Especially when you can just go get a nice little flying simulator for the Wii and have a non-monetized good time.
Yeah, let me go get a good game. I'm not gonna wait hours for something to recharge.
I don't know. According to this dude's little cousin, it's about as good of a game as you can get.
Oh yeah.
Do you have a review?
I have a review. This is from Google, although Google tells me it's a review provided by pbs.org, shop.pbs.org. It is for the best of Andre Bocelli. Vivere is the CD. It's a CD titled Vivere by Andre Bocelli. Bocelli. This review comes to us from Stupid. Stupid titles their review. There's a lot of spelling errors in here. It's kind of all over the place. Stupid titles their review. This is the worst service I have ever received. And Stupid writes in all caps except for like the B in Bocelli. So maybe they forgot they had caps locks on. Stupid writes, absolutely terrible. I want to buy the CD Vivre, but cannot get through the slop of this website. If Bocelli knew what was going on, I am sure he would strangle the management. 1 star.
Everyone knows about Bocelli, right? Bocelli is a real hands-on, hit the ground running, street team kind of guy, right?
Oh, yeah.
He wants to schlep his CDs on random street corners, not in the ritzy Amazons and Sam Goodies of the world.
No. You can put my CD in a Barnes and Noble. Bah! Bah! He says that you're not sure what it means, but you're pretty sure it's some Italian thing. Bah!
They put Barnes in their name and think they're noble? Well, I'll show them.
That's right. This man,
Yeah, it is sort of alarming to know that someone thinks that artists have time, and musical artists have time to worry about the distribution of their records and not just, get a nice check from Amazon every couple months. And, hey, we sold a couple records for you.
Yeah, not just the distribution, but like the specific user experience of any given website. And
Bocelli's in there with the QA testers at Amazon, cracking out bugs in the code to make sure the music is getting to the right place.
I didn't really look at the forest for the trees here. Again, this is shoppbs.com. And Stupid is saying this is a slop of a website. I'm sure Bocelli's going to want to strangle these people.
On shoppbs.com.
The poor PBS people, they're doing the best they can, I'm sure.
I don't think PBS has a programmer that is in it for the profit. You could go a lot of places and make a lot more money programming than at PBS, I'm guessing.
It's some young intern, or it's like Gladys, who's 85 years old, and she took a 2-day, learn how to website.
Uh-huh.
She's managing the whole thing. She pushes up her glasses. It's Gladys time.
Stupid's gonna go crazy when they find out about just typing in music to YouTube. Just going to YouTube and typing in the song you want to hear.
Again, they're ordering from pbs.com. Maybe That's too high speed for them. They're a PBS supporter.
I mean, it depends on what kind of stupid they are. Like, so stupid they don't know how Google works. They don't know how to find things on the internet.
They're not great at typing. I don't know if we've done this before, but so you can actually see the body of this review and their garbled language. It's chaos.
I like how it says absolutely terrible.
Absolutely. They're hot and ready. They don't even get that A in there.
Absolutely terrible. Yeah, I mean, it looks like modern poetry, the sort of slaps of the keys and spacing and things. I am G equals sure.
I think they hit the G, they went to backspace, they missed the backspace and hit the equals, and they said, forget it. I'm going forward.
And also, okay, so rereading this makes the one thing I really feel is, do you think Bocelli is really the kind of person who would strangle someone over a website not working that great?
No.
Literally put his hands around someone's throat. And strangle implies not like until they pass out. Strangle implies like you're cranking on that neck until there's no more brain function a couple feet above your hands.
Is that the face of a strangler to you?
He's got the teeth of a strangler, but not the face. Yeah, I don't know. Peaceful music this guy makes too, right?
Oh yeah, it's lovely. Singing. Stuff like that.
Yeah, stuff like singing. He's got stuff like singing on here. He's busy singing. He's got like a singing 9 to 5 going on, I'm sure, and not a lot of room for strangling management. Not real a Darth Vader type guy.
You gotta schedule that sort of thing. No.
Put some time
He's on
aside.
tour. He's going to all sorts of fancy places and retirement homes, I'm sure.
And not strangling people.
Probably not.
All right, now remember, Bocelli, at this gig, we're not strangling anyone, okay?
Pa.
That's all he has to say about it. But he abides.
Here we go. This is from thetimes.co.uk. Andre Bocelli, my one regret, that I allowed my wife to become my manager.
Yeah, he's busy making with his family.
Jokes. There's so much time spent each day making boomer jokes. He can't even
possibly strangle somebody.
No. He's too busy slapping his knee. Ah.
Well, I'm gonna bring this one. That review made me feel like partying a little bit. So I have a review from Yelp for Senor Frogs in Cancun, Mexico. It is a bar named Mr. Frogs for our those not inclined in the S panel. This review was written by Jeremy J. Elite 2022, all the way back to 17. Jeremy's been elite.
Andre Bocelli's been blind since he was 12. Man ain't strangling anybody.
He's blind?
He's blind. I had no idea. That's why his eyes are closed in that picture.
He is unconcerned about management, dude. He's on some other shit.
Oh, a soccer accident. Holy cow. Anyway.
Oh my goodness. So Jeremy J here, talking about Senor Frog.
Yes.
They write, what a great experience my wife and I had when we visited Senor Frogs. It is a very fun-filled party atmosphere with great music and decor. It was very crowded, and people were just loving life, and that is what I am all about. So this is fun, and I want to return one day. 5 stars. You think Jeremy's compensating a little bit here?
Yes. Firmly, strongly, 100%. Senior... I'm going to try not to... Senior Frog... Well, the whole... I was going to say Senior Frogs is super touristy, but Cancun, just in general, is super touristy as well.
Sure. That's why it came to mind. I was like, oh man, there's going to be some tourists writing some reviews about Cancun that are a little out of pocket, right?
Yeah.
And that's when Jeremy found me.
Hey guys, did you know? I had fun.
They were just loving life. I don't need a plaque on my bathroom wall telling me to live, laugh, love, all right? I go down to Senior Frogs where the people are at.
Yeah, I know this little place. Maybe you haven't heard of it. It's Cancun. I just like to get away, you know?
Little gem.
It's a little gem. It's crowded, though. So crowded, and the people love it like that.
Yeah, it's crowded, but get this, the crowd is full of people loving life. Doesn't that sound a little like a nice change of pace for your monotonous day-to-day?
Yeah, they got the pink iguana. It's a drink. It's pretty wild. I never heard of such a thing.
There's a lot of reviews commenting on how boozy the drinks were and how tall the novelty drinks, how big and tall and wonderful the novelty drinks were.
I know you're sitting there in your basic life and you're thinking, man, it's really hard to be in North Dakota. It's just really sucky to look out at the field of gray and brown all day, every day. Let me tell you.
Yeah, that Brokeback Mountain wasn't telling it like it is, and it's not that beautiful out there.
It's not. You know what is beautiful? A drink that's 3 feet tall.
An excuse to be an alcoholic publicly on Instagram,
I
showing off my
ordered
tall
this.
daiquiri.
Look at this fishbowl. I can fit my whole head in here.
And I'm going to and simply open my mouth and let it drain.
Yes, everything I order will be fried or in a tortilla wrap.
People are loving life, and the next day they're going to appreciate that they're alive because they're all going to feel like shit after drinking these sugar-filled alcoholic beverages. But that's what I'm here for. Here at Mr. Frogs.
He's a cute frog.
Yeah, sort of a... If he was the mascot for this bar in America, they might not, they might be like, yeah, you're attracting kids, dude. It's like, go the way of Joe Camel is what I'm saying.
Uh-huh.
It's the advertising you're using here is too fun. It's too fun and lively and cartoony. The kids are wanting to drink these tall.
The kids want free shots, okay?
The kids want free shots and tall daiquiris. I do love a daiquiri, but I don't even know. That just looks like a brain freeze to me and a barf in the toilet. Kevin shed some light. I'll read Kevin's as well quickly here. Kevin W. Also has a review. This place is right between the 7-Eleven and Coco Bongo. This place gave us the most memorable moments in Cancun. Fine waitresses that play games with you.
Oh boy.
They have sing-alongs and dances. They give out free shots that tasted like watered-down apple juice. Ew. I got the pina colada and frozen house margarita. Both tasted great, and the yard cone is huge. Beware of brain freeze. Food was decent. Place is more about the atmosphere. 5 stars. It's a lot of simple to please people here, and maybe we shouldn't knock that.
Yeah.
Who are we?
Just because my tastes are elevated, I should...
All this guy needs is a waitress that looks fine.
She fine.
Does a nice Barney-style sing-along with me.
Play game.
And hands me a yard-tall frozen margarita.
That's pretty big for a yard. Wow. That's what a yard is 3 feet.
A yard is 3 feet.
Jeff?
A lot of yards can even fit trees and sheds.
Yeah, get swing sets.
Swing sets in there. Big. Want to take a break, have a frozen margarita?
Yeah, I need a little...
You need a little...
Hey everybody, thank you for listening to our lovely little podcast. If you'd like to go above and beyond in supporting our show, or have the most fabulous conversation starter since sliced bread, go to reviewparty.com. Click on shop and explore some fabulous t-shirt designs.
Where's your favorite place to wear a t-shirt?
On my body.
Mine is at the store.
That is a good place to wear a t-shirt. ReviewBuddy.com, click shop.
Why stop there?
Don't stop now.
Don't stop me now, because I'm buying a t-shirt. I'm buying a shirt.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello. Welcome to the second half of the episode, and welcome to 5-star review, the game.
Playing games.
Playing games.
You were waiting for me to be sick, weren't you? So my mind was weak.
Yeah. Exactly. I will neutralize your threat. 5-star review, the game, is a party game. It's not technically a board game, although it has a board. It's a party game like Trivial Pursuit that 2 possibly copies of which were ever produced, and we have one.
Yeah, Fate brought a copy of this non-release board game into our hands, and it is our duty as the review podcast to share it with the world.
Ever seen that movie Jumanji, where that game is just like, who made Jumanji? I don't know who made Jumanji, but here it is. Might as well play it. This is like that, but for reviews. Or, like I said, it's Trivial Pursuit, but for reviews. Answer a question from each category. You passed the test. So I have 5 cards here with 5 questions for Brent. And where do I want to start? I think I'm going to start with the green card, the fill the blanks category. What word is missing from this 2015 Facebook post by a Dublin cafe? Given the torrent of abuse and unjustified negative reviews we have been receiving over the past 24 hours, all blank are now barred from our cafe. A, British people. B, dogs. C, vegans. I can read that again.
No, I think I got it.
Okay.
I think it's vegans, huh?
It is vegans.
Yeah, that's about the rudest thing. Yeah, that might be ruder than saying no British people allowed.
Yeah. For a Dublin cafe, it's close if they said no British people, but vegans walk under all flags.
That would come off to me as sort of a sports rivalry type. This allowed. Yeah, but vegans is just out of pocket. So that's the only one that would truly make that post memorable.
And that it is. I'm sure there's a story there, but we're not going to...
Do they ask everybody when they come in if they're vegan or not?
I think that you just give them a whiff, and if they have that sort of smell... ooh.
That sort of fresh vegetable smell that non-vegans hate so much.
Yeah. I don't smell any oils on you of the deep frying kind. Out the door with you, vegan.
The boot.
Here is a card, one star wonders. It's the blue category. Which 1982 film later got this 1-star online review? 2019 Los Angeles does not have flying cars, cloned people, nor off-world colonies. I'm sure you're gonna know this one, but
yeah,
that's why I
know
picked
it already. But give me the options.
A, Blade Runner. B, Star Trek: First Contact. C, Terminator 2: Judgment Day.
Is it Blade Runner?
It is Blade Runner.
Okay.
I'll take your question as an answer.
yeah, it's Blade Runner. At first, I thought it was Escape from L.A.
That
was what came into my mind.
That's a feature of cool flying vehicles.
Right, flying vehicles, Los Angeles. But actually, I hate those movies. Escape from New York and Escape from LA are kind of overrated. So I'm glad it was Blade Runner. That one rules.
I couldn't get into whichever one I was watching once.
Yeah, it's just like the slowest action movie ever.
Yeah, I like Kurt Russell, but this is slow.
It's Russell just climbing around debris for like 80% of that movie.
Yeah, man, his pants look great as he climbs over that debris.
2 for 2, baby.
Yeah. I kind of went more for fun cards this time. Here's one that's fun. This is the red card, facts and stats. The novel Troubled Blood 2020 got a barrage of 1-star reviews after the author made comments on trans rights. Who was the writer? Do you even need me to read it?
No, this one is J.K. Rowling.
under the pen name Robert Galbraith. Yeah.
Yeah, what a... For the record, reviewparty.com hates TERFs.
I just love that she's such an idiot.
Part of me wants to believe I always go with the idea that rich people are gonna get crazy whether they were before or not. I think human minds need stressors, right?
Sure.
We were born into a world that, predators would be chasing us to kill us. In the modern world, there's plenty of stresses, probably too many.
Ugh.
But I think when the human brain it gets to a point where everything's taken care of, she has more money, she can virtually never be unsafe.
Mm-hmm.
Besides her health, but even then she would get the very best treatment ever, right? There's no rational reason for her to be stressed about much. So I think rich people start making stuff up in their head to be stressed about just so they have a reason to get up.
Yeah, they need it.
Right, they need it. I think there's plenty of rich people that have fought against that rationale. So fought against that through rationale and being a good person. But yeah, I think there's some that just succumb to it. But on the other hand, she could have always been a TERF and just hiding it. So either way, fuck J.K. Rowling.
This is the mystery basket yellow card.
Down on Ocean Avenue.
Good guys. One good song.
They got a whole good album.
I know. Quote, "It was a nice visit, and I can tick it off my list, but other than that, not too bothered. What was the subject of this 3-star review? A. Europe. B. Mount Everest. C. The Taj Mahal."
Is it Taj Mahal?
Dude, it is.
That's a little weird flex, but okay.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool to see. You gotta take your shoes off, but other than that...
I love taking my shoes off. I love looking at big orbs held up by towers.
Thing. Like, he was I'd like to know the history. I learned some of the history. Like, he wanted to build another one on the opposite side of the river. Some sort of life-death with him and his wife. But I can't recall anymore.
That's the kind of review that's like, why did you even leave that, bro?
Yeah.
That does not add any wrinkles to the fabric of society.
Too funny there. You're gonna make a card in a board game, which I guess that's an accomplishment.
Right. But it wasn't, we're not laughing with him.
No.
This card is laughing at him.
Finally, the orange card. Historical howlers. It won't be hard. Which work was rejected with this comment? Does it have to be a whale? A. Jaws. B. Free Willy. C. Moby Dick.
Is that the Moby Dick?
It is. Can you imagine? What publisher or editor was like, listen, we love it. It's great. Wonderful epic. Trials, errors, tribulations. Have to be a whale.
I think they unknowingly, that's one of the situations where they unknowingly just miss the point of the book and are also reinforcing the point of the book. They got the point of the book too well. The point of the book became real, where the whale shouldn't matter, right? Because it's, he threw away his life to chase this animal who doesn't even know who he is. And so, exactly. Compelled. Does it have to be a whale? No, it never had to be. But that's exactly why it has to be a whale. Yeah.
Could be like I could see a modern Moby Dick. He's in a jeep on the savannah chasing a cheetah forever and ever.
Sure, it could be anything.
Hey, you're gonna run out of gas out there. You don't want to be out of gas out there in the middle of nowhere. I gotta get that cheetah.
Yeah, so he's a cheetah, And let's make it extra modern. He's a SoundCloud rapper chasing this cheetah because he wants it for the cover of his next mixtape. And he knows the mixtape won't sell unless he has the real picture with this cheetah.
Yeah, that's dope.
That just speaks to how timeless the story really is, doesn't it?
It does. It does. Congrats. You win the game. I'm
easy.
Yeah.
I'm a review expert, dude. I know all kinds of stuff about reviews. I mean, we're 131 episodes in. We're so deep that we have to bring buddy reviews to the show.
I do have some other not great movie reviews that I dug up myself recently.
Oh, that puts you on a bit of a movie review kick, huh?
A little bit. I was like, what stupid thing might be fun to talk about? And I found something.
Is that a segue?
Sure. Why not? Why not? We did some equal talking there in that segment, so I don't feel like I'm commandeering anything.
No. Take it away. Moby Dick. I'm
going to Moby this up. I have some Amazon reviews, 2 Amazon reviews to be precise, for the movie by Matthew McConaughey, Reign of Fire.
Oh, let's go, dude.
I think I'm going to go with the short one first. This is Liana's review. They titled their review, Great Dragons. And right, love the fire-breathing dragons. Wish they were not made to be evil. Would have preferred less violence and more friendly dragons. 3 stars.
But then how could you have tattooed Michael McConaughey jumping off a Jeep? Or I forget what he jumps off. Jumping off of something.
Big old tower or something.
Yeah, a big cell phone tower with an axe. Ready to fight a dragon. If that dragon was like Barney, you couldn't have that scene.
It's kind of like asking, does it have to be a whale?
It's pretty much the same review.
Kinda, but...
Does it have to be a mean dragon? Except the answer this time is yes, it definitely does.
This is a movie about evil. Well, not necessarily evil. They're creatures. They don't.
Right.
No, they just have to eat. But fire-breathing, violent dragons, yes. Go watch some other movie. Go watch Dragonheart if you want it to be kindly.
Yeah, isn't there like 3 of them bitches?
Like there's a couple of them Dragonhearts.
Yeah, well, Dragonheart's CGI with its nice dragon looks like shit.
Looks awful.
Reign of Fire kind of holds up a little bit.
It ain't bad.
It doesn't look that bad.
It ain't, top of the line, but...
No, it ain't Thanos' nipples.
Here is the other review from Silicon Valley Girl. She titles her review, I didn't think it was so awful as to be unwatchable, but that's my opinion. And yep. Silicon Valley Girl writes, Geesh, anything with Christian Bale and his accent in it is hardly something to turn away from. When he smiles at the young man in the movie, it just made me die a little bit inside. God, is he hot or what? The chemistry between him and the femme interest is zip. Nada. Aside from that, there is a lot of macho posturing that's pretty damn funny. I'm not a big fan of Matthew McConaughey, but he looks really good in this movie too. He's a total bastard character, but he looks good with a buzz cut. Anyhow, I hardly found it unwatchable. The CGI is really bad in parts, but overall, it's a movie from early 2000s, so I'm not going to get all twisted in knots over that one. It's called Suspension of Disbelief, people. 4 stars.
They got a lot to say. That was a passionate reviewer, That's kind of a... Even though I don't agree with all of the sentiments in it, I do not disrespect the reviewer holding her ground there. She just kind of went to the movie for different reasons, and I can't really hold it against her. Man. The poor femme interest, though.
Yeah, who was the
As they
femme
put.
interest in that?
I'm looking at her now. I don't recognize her by name. Isabella Scorupco?
She didn't stand a chance.
She didn't stand a chance. Did she? I haven't watched this movie since I was literally a kid. Did she get eaten?
I have no idea.
At least when you got like 3 protagonists in a movie about the dragon apocalypse, people are getting eaten.
Yeah. Spoiler alert. People get eaten.
People get eaten. And this big time.
Scorupco.
But I bet she was praying that female protagonist got eaten the whole time, so she could slip into the movie verse and say hi to Christian Bale's accent. He also shows his nipples in this movie. She very, very, very in control of her. To not write a paragraph about just Christian Bale's pecs.
I know I would.
I know you would. I'm not going to send you this Google image of them because they do too much. Here's a Google image of Matthew McConaughey literally T-posing on the set. Long before T-posing became a funny internet fad.
Oh, man.
Not a bad movie. Cool. I kind of want to rewatch it now.
Okay, I am on Cinemorg. I don't know if you're familiar with Cinemorg.
I'm not. But
it's kind of an IMDb for movie deaths.
Okay.
So I'm going to our femme, Isabella Scorupco. What is listed under her? She has died in Exorcist: The Beginning, but nothing else. So it looks like the dragons do not get our girl.
Oh, let's go. Yeah, I think she's pretty. I think that lady was hating just because it was not her standing next to Mr. Bale and Mr. McConaughey.
I mean,
who can blame her?
Handsome gents.
Handsome gents, yeah. And that, who wouldn't want to be the cream in that Oreo cookie? Not the dragons, because they would get their head cut off.
With sick axes and stuff.
Sick axes, dude. Matthew McConaughey with a little dragon tooth necklace walking around like he's in Jurassic Park. Anyway, I have a review. We've been talking about movies. Before
we move on,
sure.
I wanted to see how Cinemorg described, spoiler alert, Matthew McConaughey's death. Because sometimes it's described fun, but it's just eaten by an alpha dragon after being caught in midair while trying to kill it with an axe. That doesn't do it justice.
Right.
It's a lot
way cooler than that, dude.
Dallas Buyers Club, spoiler alert, he dies off screen from AIDS-related complications.
Well, that's just sad.
Yeah.
Don't go on Cinemorg. You're just going to get sad.
You're probably going to get sad from a couple of these.
Before we get too sad, and since we've been talking about movies, I have a Amazon review for the Casual Home Director's Chair. Black frame, black canvas, 30 inches. Bar height. This is what is colloquially known as a director's chair. One of those folding chairs with the...
Heck yeah, man.
Just the strip of fabric, the canvas to hold your butt up.
Love them.
Stephanie Livingston titles their review, director's chairs are sturdy. They write, I really don't like that you have to use a screwdriver to remove the footrest in order to fold the chairs. Hopefully next time we use the director's chairs, we will find the footrest with them and it won't get lost in the mix. It's not easy to open or close the chair, and I caught my boyfriend using the footrest as a hammer on the hinge. As the hinge was so tight, he didn't want to use his hand to open and close the hinge. The chair was used at an art show, and it was somewhat comfortable, although the seat sagged more than I would prefer. 3 stars.
WD-40. You're welcome.
WD-40 do.
I feel a little hurt. Growing up, the director's chair was the go-to computer chair in my family household for the brothers 3.
a lot of good memories sitting your butt on.
There was the director's chair,
canvas.
and then there was like one of our desk chairs, and then there was butterfly chair next to that. And obviously, it got less comfortable as you went on. Butterfly chair, your butt is almost touching the ground. You're cinched up in this little metal butterfly. Not
sagging incarnate.
Super sag. But you're hot swapping, and you're like, oh, it's your turn. You're playing Age of Empires or something, or Here's a Might and Magic, or hey, it's time for you to design your Sims room. Get up. Like, yeah, man. I don't care about designing the room as much as I care about sitting in the sweet director's chair.
Right. Comfort incarnate in your mind.
So good.
You're literally suspended on air, directing the lives of your Sims and your little soldiers.
Let's go.
And directing them to their death by dragon axe jump.
So cool.
And it was cool the whole time. That's what they don't tell you. That's what they're not telling these kids these days. You want to be cool? Sit in a director chair. Take off the little foot stand and hammer some stuff around.
Just, it's too violent.
That image is really what took me. Her walking in on him. Using, as though taboo to use this little footrest piece as a hammer. As though he was on a diet and sneaking donuts at night or something. He was slamming the shit out of this director's chair with this little footrest
like
piece.
A baboon.
Like a baboon opening a coconut. He was trying to fold this director's chair. And I mean, how bad do you need to fold it that often? I get that they kind of wanted it to be mobile. But I don't think the chair's that much smaller when you fold it.
Not especially, no.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand these people. They're talking about art shows. Excuse me?
Well, you go sit in an art show in a director's chair. At an art show, you should sit on something that isn't even meant to be a chair in the first place.
That's a statement.
Right. Oh, I just poured paint in this box until it got hard, and then poured more paint and kept doing that until it was a block. And now I sit on the block.
That is pretty cool.
Right.
I would just sit on each person that walks through the door.
Ah, my new chair has arrived. What is your name? Come.
You get a free glass of wine if you pretend to be a chair. Just go along with it.
All right. That's art. That is fine art. No sag. You get a good human. No sag in the seat there.
Human, strong.
Yeah, those bones. They don't sag. They crack. At that point, you just know it's time for a new chair. A new customer has hopefully arrived. All right, I think that's it. ReviewParty.com. It's over.
Man.
It's all over for a week. Thanks for listening to Review Party. I had fun.
I did.
Oh, yeah. I hope y'all had some fun. Fun at home, too. We got new episodes of this podcast every Tuesday. That's right. # Tuesday Reviews Day. If you'd like to send an absurd review for us to make some funnies over, please send it to reviewparty.com at gmail.com. Include your name, and we will throw you some credit.
If you want to just talk to us, just hang out, just be like, hey, boys, what's going on?
Boys.
There's all sorts of ways you can do that. You can reach out to us on Instagram or TikTok at reviewparty.com or on Twitter at reviewpartypod or the email, reviewparty.com at gmail.com. Weren't you listening?
Keep up.
Or you can go to our website, reviewparty.com and leave caustic, awful comments that tickle and delight us to no end. You know what else is on that website other than caustic, horrid comments are all the episodes, every single listening platform, even the ones that haven't been released and canceled yet. The blog where lots and lots of things are written about, primarily reviews. The shop is perfect for shopping needs. That's pretty much it.
That's all. subscribe wherever you're listening. Follow the button where you're listening. You know what it is. Hit that button, please. It is good for us, and it is free for you. And we also want to thank our buddies Nosebleeds for letting us use their jam bread for breakfast.
Yay.
You can find it on Spotify as well as the rest of their delightful music library. They're not sitting on just plain old director's chairs. Them boys is artists. Just search Nosebleeds. Nosebleeds, one word. Matt, I have a review to finish off the episode.
All right.
It is a review from Amazon for the pullover hoodie and sweatpants suits for boy-girls two-piece outfit fashion sweatshirt set. What is not mentioned in the title is it is Among Us themed.
Okay.
It says imposter, has some stolen Among Us art on the front. Very nice stuff. This review from Christina, she titles it Cheap Material. She writes, busted when my kids sat down, 1 star.
Oh, no. Splitting pants is always funny.
That's exactly it. No more context needed. Kids split pants, comedy.